Hello everyone. In this video, we will be solving system of equations using substitution method. This is the fifth part. I will put the link of the first, second, third, and fourth part in the description box below. So let's take this first example right here. In order that we can solve this example right here, we need to follow some steps. And the first step is to substitute or plug in one of the equations to the other equation and solve for the first variable. In this problem that we have here, we can actually plug in the y here that goes to here. So that means this x squared minus 8, we can go ahead and plug that in here. But since this is x squared and raised to the power 2, that would give us fourth power. So, but then for this part right here, I'm going to show you this an easier way to do it. So what are we going to do is we will isolate the x squared. So that we can do that, I can add 8 to both sides plus 8. So then this equation, so we can cross this out. So then we can go ahead and say that the new equation that we can have would be y plus 8, and that is equal to x squared. So what I did was I added 8 to both sides. So that's how I got the y plus 8 equals x squared. So that means this would be the new two equations that we're going to be using in order that we can solve this equation. Now others are going to say, oh, but why did you have to change this? These two are actually equivalent equation. They are just the same equation. It just so happened that in this side, we have y that is isolated by itself. In this side, we have x squared that is isolated by itself. But then again, these two are equivalent equations. So we are going to use these two equations right here. So what I did is I have here this card to better understand how substitution method works. So what I did was I have the second equation in blue. That is this one right here. I wrote that in blue. And then the other equation, which is y plus 8 equals x squared, or x squared equals y plus 8, is in purple. So what I would do is, since we have x squared is equal to this y plus 8, I will take this y plus 8 and I will put this to x squared. So then I will cover this whole x squared since that is equal to x squared. So I can go ahead and take this and cover this whole thing by y plus 8, because this y plus 8 was actually equal to x squared. So then our equation from here, we can go ahead and say that in our first step, using this where I plugged in. So what I did here was this y plus 8 is equal to x squared was actually plugged into the x squared, since y plus 8 was equal to x squared. So this would become, so the equation would come out to be, that's parentheses y plus 8 plus, that's gonna be y minus 5 squared is equal to 25. So then I can use the area model to multiply this part right here, and I'm gonna show the work up here. Okay, so what I did was I multiplied this y minus 2 twice. So then we can go ahead and rewrite this as y plus 8 plus this whole thing was multiplied, and that would come out this. So that would be parentheses y squared minus 10y plus 25 is equal to 25. So then I will distribute the plus right here to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So this would come out y plus 8 plus y squared minus 10y plus 25 equals 25. So I can go ahead and combine like terms. So the like terms that we have here are y and negative 10y. And then we have the constants. We have 8 and that's going to be plus 25. So then I can simplify this as that's gonna be y squared. So we have y minus 10y is a negative 9y plus, that's gonna be 8 plus 25 is 33, and that is equal to 25. so that we can use the zero product property, we are supposed to make this side equal to 0. So then I will subtract 25 from both sides, minus 25. So then we are left with, we can cross this out, that's equal to 0. So then this is y squared minus 9y plus 8, because 33 minus 25 is 8. At this time, we can go ahead and factor this out using the box and diamond, and I will show the work up here. After I did all the box and diamond in order that I can factor this, so the factored form for this is y minus 8 and y minus 1, so I wrote that up here. I'm going to use the zero product property in order that I can solve for y. So what I did was I need to add 8 from both sides and then plus 8 here. So then this would come out y is equal to positive 8. So this is the first value for y. And then I am going to add 1 to both sides and plus 1 here, so I can cross this out. So the other y is positive 1. So then from here, we are ready to move on to the second step. Solve for the second variable by plugging in the values from step 1 to any of the two original equations. So we can use any of the original equations right here. So it's either this one, or you can use this one as well there, since these two are just equivalent equations. So we're going to go ahead and write step 2 right here. Since we already have the y, we're supposed to be solving for x. So it's pretty much easy to use this one right here because x is already isolated by itself. So then I can go ahead and say we are going to use the x squared is equal to y plus 8. So then we are going to that's going to be y is equal to 8. So we're solving for the value of x when y is 8. So we're going to use this. Remember, when we're going to plug in values, we're supposed to change the variable into parentheses first. So then if y is 8, I can go ahead and rewrite that. So that would be x squared, since x was missing, is equal to y. That's 8 right there plus 8. So I can go ahead and plug it in here. And then I do the math. So that would be x squared is equal to 16. And then we remember the square root property. So if we have let a be any real number, so if we have x squared is equal to a, x is actually plus minus the square root of a. So in this problem right here, we can actually square root both sides here. So then we are left with x is equal to plus minus square root of 16. So then the two values of x would be x is equal to positive 4, because that's the positive square root of 16. And then the other x would be x is equal to negative 4, because that is the negative square root of 16. So we already solved for when y was 8. So then we can go ahead and write the points of intersection here. So I will label this part here. Please remember that the other term for points of intersection are the solution. Okay, so the first solution would be when x is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write 4. The y was actually 8. So that's the first point of intersection. I will label this, put it in a box. And then the other point of intersection would be negative 4. And then that's 8. So then I can go ahead and put this inside a box. That's the second point of intersection. Now we're ready to let y is equal to 1. So I go ahead and write here let y is equal to 1. And then again, I copy this, but this time around, I'm going to change this into parentheses and plug in the 1 and then do the math. Okay, so we have here the third point of intersection would be x is 3 and then the y was 1. So that's the third point of intersection. The fourth point of intersection would be negative 3 and y is 1. So these are the 4 points of intersection. What does it mean? When we sketch the graph of these two equations right here, these two graphs will touch at this 4 points, and algebraically, if we plug in this x and y value into the equation, it would make the equation true. On the side, you will see the graph of these two equations right here. And it can be seen that these two graphs are actually touching at 4, 8, negative 4, 8, 3, 1, and negative 3, 1. So these are the 4 points of intersection. That's it. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!